Now, over the past 12 days, Israeli troops have encircled Gaza City, effectively cutting the coastal enclave into two as they look to hunt down and eliminate Hamas fighters.
According to figures released on Wednesday, 31 Israeli soldiers have been killed during the Gaza ground offensive and more than 260 have been injured. Now, Gaza officials say over 10,000 people have been killed by Israeli forces since the 7th of October, 40% of them children.
Now, thousands of Palestinians are fleeing south from Gaza City on foot, in some cases carrying nothing but the clothes on their back. The Israeli army has told Palestinians in the north that where it is battling Hamas militants to move south. Already more than 1.5 million people in Gaza have fled their homes in search of safety, and the exodus has grown in as Israel's air and ground campaign intensifies. The UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs stated about 15,000 people fled on Tuesday, compared with the 5,000 on Monday and 2,000 on Sunday.
Defence Minister for Israel, Yoav Gallant, said Israeli troops were tightening the stranglehold around the city of Gaza.
עזה היא בסיס הטרור הגדול ביותר שבנה האדם אי פעם. כל העיר הזו היא בסיס טרור אחד גדול. מתחת לקרקע קילומטרים של מנהרות. הן מתחברות אל בתי חולים, אל בתי ספר, הן מחוברות ביניהם. יש בתוכם חדרי קשר, מחסני תחמושת, מקומות לינה, והכל על מנת לשמש בסיס של טרור שממנו ניתן לפגוע באזרחי מדינת ישראל ובחיילי צה"ל.
U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken has called on Israel not to reoccupy Gaza once its war with Hamas ends. Earlier this week, Netanyahu said Israel would take overall security responsibility for the territory following the war.
The United States believes key elements should include no forcible displacement of Palestinians from Gaza. Not now, not after the war. No use of Gaza as a platform for terrorism or other violent attacks. No reoccupation of Gaza after the conflict ends. No attempt to blockade or besiege Gaza. No reduction in the territory of Gaza.
Israeli government stated it was still very premature to discuss post-war scenarios, but that Gaza would be demilitarized and must never again become a terror nest. Now, the Israeli army released video of what it said was the location and destruction of tunnels in Gaza used by Hamas. Remember, Gaza's narrow web of streets is doubled underground by a dense tunnel network known to Israeli troops as the Gaza Metro. Some of these tunnels are as deep as 100 to 130 feet below the ground, allowing militants to change position away from the danger of strikes. Now, rocket batteries hidden just a few meters beneath the surface can be uncovered with a trapdoor just for the time it takes to fire a salvo. Israeli forces gave a small group of foreign reporters a rare view of their advance, driving them along sandy routes churned by tank tracks to the fringes of Gaza City. Blackened windows, shattered bedrooms, pockmarked walls. Israeli strikes in some cases have demolished entire city blocks as well. Now, the military wing of Hamas, the Al-Qassam brigades, showed what they said was close fighting with the Israeli forces on the streets of Gaza. Hamas has accused the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees of colluding with Israel in the forced displacement of residents of Gaza.
رميت ولكن الله رمى.